I totally didn't know I almost drop you again. But I'm coming in to start a new vlog and I'm cold. So, hi, my name's Lisa and I do vlogs sometimes and videos sometimes. And my schedule's been shit recently, but it is what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. I'm just coming in here to say, welcome to a new weekly vlog. My battery's dying. However, this week we have some stuff to read. And I will update you properly when my battery's not dying. But I'm currently reading Tokyo Revengers. And I will then be moving on to either The Hobbit or The Restless Dark. But I will update you when I've got my battery. Annyeong! I am here on Wednesday to give you an update on my reading. Did I even start this vlog? I think I did. I don't know, I think I started this vlog but my battery was dying. So I started it a bit late. So you're going to get a shorter vlog from me this week, which is a change. So today I haven't done any reading and I haven't tracked any reading either, which is bad. Got it bad. I've just been, me and Chels have just done a live show with me here for The Colour Avengers by Rob J. Hayes. If you do like grimdark fantasy and you like someone who can build a world well as develop a character and have good pacing with the plot, and you don't mind a little like grim dark, like torture scenes and stuff, then Rob J. Hayes might be the guy for you. Because I gave the book 1 in this series, which is the Ties That Bind series, I gave The Heresy Within 4.5 stars. Or was it 4? 4.5, 4.5. It didn't quite hit that 5 for me, but it was a great introductory story to the world. And book 2 just smashed it out of the park. It's literally only like 290 pages, but it is 290 pages of it's just packed full of character, found family, but in a grim dark world where people have got to do what they've got to do, because if they don't, then they will be unalived. Like, there is no good people in this world, and I say that, but like, the characters that we follow, they've been through a lot. All of them have been through a hell of a lot. Some secrets we still don't know what some of their secrets are. We know that they have them, but they've still not been shared with the reader at this point. We're only in book 2, and I've just been told that there's 6 books out at the moment. There's another 6 books in this series to come out in this whole world. And this was Rob J. Hayes' debut series, and we had a full discussion about it in the live. So if you're interested in mine, Chelsea's and Mahir's thoughts, and Tufty, lovely Tufty is always there cheering us on in the comments. And I actually don't know what Tufty's real name is, if that is Tufty's real name, but I just love it. They're always in the comments and they're always supporting. I was a sidetrack one day, but we had such an engaging conversation. It is spoiler filled, so if you've not read the series, obviously, if you don't want spoilers, don't watch it. But if you've read the series and you would like to hear thoughts, then I will leave the links down below. I have not come across another debut author for a long time that has sort of like gripped me the way that he has. So I've really loved books and I've rated books really high, but there's something about the way that Rob J. Hayes writes. So this book 2 of the Heresy Within, the Ties That Bind, should I say, sorry, it doesn't have any chapters. Now that sounds really bad, but it kind of does have a chapters, because the chapters are the changing of perspectives between the characters. The way that it flows, it's fast paced, it's easy to digest. The characters, he knows exactly what to do with his characters. It's like he had a vision of where he wanted to go and how he wanted the reader to like unpick things. And we were talking that in the live, we were saying that I could go back and review books 1 and 2 and pick up things in there that I missed on the first time round, because it's one of those ones that when you look back you think, oh, that was an Easter egg, that might have been an Easter egg, that might have been a little connection to potential future things. And like, certain things are mentioned and in the moment you're just like going along with the story, but then when you start to reflect you're like, well, this happens at this particular time and this is mentioned. Is this significant, because it's mentioned as if it is significant, but then we might move on to something else because something, you know, someone's being unalived or they need to just fight shit. I don't know, but I feel like things have been mentioned that might be like foreshadowing, that's the word, for future books, and I'm just so excited. And Rob J. Hayes just needs to do a Kickstarter for the Ties That Bind series and just get the Mom and Had back. Why? Because I said so. So yeah, I think Rob J. Hayes is going to be an autobiography for me, which is good in a way, but also bad because he also already has about 13 books out. Something daft like that, and I laughed at that, but it probably is about that. And I own 2. So that's going to be a fun spend for my bank account, isn't it, really? That's me, really. We did the live, I was supposed to edit, and then I got distracted with TikTok. I should read, really. I might just go to bed and be sensible and edit tomorrow when I've got a fresh head on. Because today at work has been a lot. It's been a productive day. Like, there's been a purpose to what happened. But, do you know when it's just been like emotion and then you're just drained? I feel like tomorrow's going to be a new day, a better day. I'm going to go and stop rambling at you. I apologise. I want to apologise as well that my videos have not been consistent. I did make it one of my goals this year to be more consistent with my videos, and then life happened. And it's not like the depths of hell of 2023. We're not at that point. I'm just trying to muddle through. And I know that I don't need to apologise, and you'll say that I don't need to apologise, and that regardless of when I upload, the people who consistently watch my videos will still watch my videos and interact, and it's great, and I appreciate you a whole fuck ton, but I still feel like I'm letting people down if I don't upload and I don't stick to my goals. And I've had this conversation. I'm like this at work as well. I feel like I have to fix everything, and if I don't do everything right and like in the best way, that like I'm failing at life and stuff, and it's just the self-saboteur is just drilling into my brain. We don't need to delve into that now, do we? Because we're not in a therapy session, but I'm just saying, I'm sorry for not uploading regularly, and I'm hoping that today means we can just start fresh and build up, which means that my mental capacity for doing anything other than coming home and slouching on my sofa and just wanting to switch my brain off, I could do more. I'll be able to do more than just want to shut down after work. For the moment, I feel like I get home from work and I just shut down. And to a point where I've even had like, I've had people messaging me like asking if I'm okay, because I'm quiet, and that's not me. I'm usually able to manage my social battery, and I'm not managing well right now. So peace out. I will see you on the morning.
I left my phone at my brother's place. It's not my fault, don't walk away, 'cause I don't quite know what you're running from. 'Cause all my friends, they think I'm fun. You take yourself too seriously. I don't wanna hear you say we waste our time.
¿Cómo estás? All that good shit. How are we all? It's Friday, and I've still not read. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know what's wrong with my brain, and I don't know what's going on. Ignore the hair, the dark colour is growing out, and I realise it looks mighty grey, but you know, that's what happens when a bitch gets old. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yes. So there are a few novellas that I do need to read for Sphinx, So, this weekend I was supposed to be going to my best friend's house, but he is now working on Saturday, and then when he does get home on Saturday, he said that he's going to rest because he's also got a really bad cold. And if anybody knows me, I pick up viruses, colds so easy, and they stay with me for ages. It takes me ages to get better. And since COVID, when I had COVID, I get a really bad cough that just, it's just more annoying than anything, but it does sort of restrict what I can do, because then it affects my breathing and my asthma. So it's better for me if we stay it's just a me, if I stay away this weekend and then just go to see him next weekend if he's feeling better. So that's the plan. So what I was going to do next weekend, I'm just going to switch to this weekend instead. So next weekend I was going to sort of run some sprints on the Saturday and jump on Becca's sprints if she's still free on the Sunday. However, things have changed. I am not on sprints with Jem tomorrow, but Jem is doing sprints, so I'm going to be in the comments for that, because I feel like I need to be productive this weekend and get some reading done. I do have things that I want to read and get through, and I feel like normally when I say to you guys I want to get through some things on my TBR, it's generally sort of like I want to get through these, and maybe there's 1 or 2 books out of the whole month that I really want to get to, but some are just kind of like vague. These are specific ones that I want to get to and I'm aiming to finish. So let's just move you up a little bit. There's books that I want to read this weekend. One of them is a novella and it's Ruinous Smoke. I started it the other day, and to be fair, when I started reading on my Kindle, I have been reading pretty fast. So that's by Joao F. Silva, and I'm really sorry if I've pronounced the name wrong. I keep meaning to find the correct pronunciation, but yeah, it's that. And I really want to get that done because everyone I know who's read that has said it's amazing. I now also have the audiobook for Seeds of War, which is the actual novel that is I think Ruins of Smoke is a prequel novella to that series. And is it Thorns of War? The second book in the series is also due out or out. I can't remember which one it is, but it's not far off if it is due out. So anyway, it's on its way if it's not out already. I can't get my words out, but I do want to finish that, and I could finish that tonight because it is only a novella. I do also want to get through Tower of Dawn. I haven't even started this yet. I've had many other things going on in my brain. I'm not on the live show for this at all, but I have read every book alongside the girls doing Mass Along. It's Tori and Smash that are running Mass Along, and I would like to just continue with the read along and stay on track, because if I can stay on track and read this, I can read Kingdom of Ash in April, and I can actually finish this Mahusa series. This is the only Sarah J. Maas series I haven't yet finished or caught up to date with, because obviously Akatar's not finished yet, is it? But I do also want to read Renia. The tour for this book starts on Monday. Ideally I would have read this by now, but y'all know about what goes on with me in physical reading. But I did have a really successful reading experience with Blood Rain by Ezra Payne, and that was a physical read. I don't know, the writing style was engaging, the story was amazing, and I feel like it was the kind of book that even though it was fantasy, I read physically and had no problem like with any of the names or anything like that. And yeah, so I really do want to get this done as well. So this is the plan. And I know if you're looking at me thinking, bitch, what? But again, if you've watched me for any amount of time, you know this is actually really doable for me. Maybe not finishing this physically. I could get through most of that physically. But reading a book like this, that's only, so how big is it? It's only like 650 pages. I can smash this out. I do also want to edit some videos that are yet to go out. I've got a vlog from last week that I need to edit this weekend. And another vlog that I want to edit so that I can get back on track. My manga vlog went live today. Don't know. Yeah, my manga vlog went live today, and that felt good posting because I haven't posted for like 2 weeks. I'm gonna get a drink, go sit literally just behind you there where the comfy cozy cushion mess is, and I'm gonna probably, I do also need to finish the rest of the start for the podcast, but that's not going to be a weekend focus because I do only have a few hours left of that. If I remember rightly, let me just double check. I have until the 25th to read that. I'm going to check in with you in a bit, maybe later, give you an update, maybe tomorrow, maybe never, I don't know. Also, I feel like I want to get a new case so I could change up my stickers and pop socket. But that's just a random thing I thought I'd just throw in there. I'm gonna go now. Peace out, bitches. Hello friends, I'm coming in on Sunday with an update. I, this weekend, have focused on reading Tower of Dawn. I have finished it now, so the bookmark, Marvel-thon, bookmark will come out. I gave this 5 stars. In fact, a text Smash and Becca saying 10 stars. 10 stars. 5 for 2 people and 5 for the other 2. This, does it beat Airfire? I don't know. This and Airfire, probably my favourites. Airfire because there's like a massive thing in Airfire that sort of like moves the plot forward a lot more, and you know, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's things that happen in Airfire that make me think like, yes, we're moving, the plot is moving. And this one, it's no secret, like I'm not spoiling it, that this is Chels' story. We're supposed to start out as a novella, and I totally understand why it didn't stay as a novella. Had it been a novella, I probably would have been very disappointed. The character development in here, the fact that it's sort of, I didn't expect to be shocked about anything that came out of this book, because from what I've heard, before this, is that this is what happens to Chaol in whilst the Queen of Shadows, is it Queen of Shadows that we read before this, is going on. So yeah, no spoilers in that either, but there was something that we found out in this, I literally like jaw drop, and I didn't expect that at all. So I do have to say, I'm surprised, I'm so surprised that this is on par with Airfire right now. I could literally just reread this by itself and just bask in everything that goes on in this book. Oh god, I want to talk about it, but I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. For those of you who haven't actually read it, I know I'm way behind on Sarah J Maas. I've said this a million times. And I've just realised that I was doing a Sarah J Maas vlog, and I haven't vlogged any of reading this. Wow. Wow. That's bad. Because I was just totally absorbed in it. What I am going to do now is, I didn't get to any of Ruin of Smoke. I got like a chapter in and then I fell asleep. But what I do need to read now is, because of the tour this week, I need to read Renier by Cal Forshaw. And this is going to be a physical read focus. I don't need to read it and review it because I'm the person running the tour for this book. We do have plenty of reviewers reviewing the book this week, but it's one that I've been interested in since it came on my radar, and if I don't read it this week, when else would I read it? It's the perfect time to read it, is the week that we're promoting the book. So I'm super excited to get into this. I'm gonna head off and read this now, and I keep thinking it's the end of the month, and it's not. We're only on the 17th. I'm trying to think of what else I've got to read this month. 4 books left because I need to read like series book, which was the second book of the Discovery of Witches series. And The Hobbit was 12 books, 12 prompts, picked by Jessie Fee. Hi guys, we are on Wednesday, and I've just come off sprints with Tora and Sayapan, and I'm not okay because Renia, that I am currently reading on my Kindle, made me cry at 22%. Car Forshaw? What the fuck? Fuck you, Car Forshaw. Fuck you. I can't even tell you why, because it would be major spoilers. It is so good. I will admit that I think because the writing style is a bit, it's not, I wouldn't say it's complex, that's the wrong word, but some of the words are a bit more elegant and elaborate than I'm used to reading. I'm going from straightforward, simple, cosy mysteries and manga and just standard fantasy to this writing style. Took a bit to get used to at first, and that's not an author thing, that's a me thing. That's taking time to adjust. I know, because I'm not aware of his writing style. This is his debut, and it's bound to happen. We've been introduced to some characters that I literally just want to yeet out of the window. He knows how to write a prick. He knows how to write a prick. As soon as you meet one of these characters, you're like, you're a dick. I don't know how you can make me dislike someone so quickly, just by a few words, and just the way he's described, his demeanour, his just how he is. But Renia, can I just say, I love Renia. We've got flashbacks. This isn't a spoiler. There's flashbacks to when she was younger. Obviously, this is part of the building of the story to find out where she is now and what's happened to get her to the point where we're at when we start the book. The way that he writes some of the words, like the word formation, it's written in the same way that a child will think that it should be spelled. If that makes sense. So obviously we know how formation is spelled, but he spelt it Formashun because we're in Renia's head. And, you know, he got into the mind of a young girl. And when we're in her mind, we are thinking like a child. And I don't know how he's done that so well, because I can totally see it from Renia's perspective when she's a little girl. And she doesn't understand the larger picture, the bigger picture. She could just see Renia's little world and what Renia wants. And that is such a childlike thing to do, and a childlike way to be, because they don't see like the wood for the trees, do they? They just see like, you know, I want that, why can't I have that? Like, do you know what I mean? It's without giving too much away, it's just, it is so good, and I'm really just invested in Renia and where things are going, and I'm only 22% in, but I'm just a bit shocked. Like, I need to, I've got a drink. I'm going to read some more before I go to bed, but I need to know what's going on. And did I message Carl and take a screenshot of the page and just say why? Yes. Yes, I did. And I said, you made me cry at 22% in. This is not acceptable, Mr. Forshaw. Not at all. This is not acceptable.
I left my phone at my brother's place. It's not my fault, don't walk away, 'cause I don't quite know what you're running from. 'Cause all my friends, they think I'm fun. You take yourself too seriously. I don't wanna hear you say we waste our time. 'Cause you're the one who's going home to be all alone, watching cooking shows. You take yourself too seriously. I'm fine.
Friday and I'm freezing. It's supposed to be spring and spring has not sprung and I am consistently cold. Like ridiculously cold all the goddamn time. So love that for me. However, I have finished a book this week. One was called The Restless Dark. That was a podcast the podcast book, which me and Jem are filming on Monday, and I didn't like it. It's my first 2-star. I've had two and a half star this year. I've had a DNF Muse of Nightmares, but yeah, it was a 2 stars. Like, it's shelved on Goodreads as horror. It's not, absolutely not, in any way, shape or form. Well, murder's mentioned, creepy vibes are supposed to be occurring. No, like, anyone who knows me knows that I'm a jumpy person. Like, the smallest little thing can scare me, and my imagination, I have a very vivid imagination, an overactive imagination, and I've read books before where someone's feeling like they're being stalked and I feel sort of like someone's watching me, and it's really eerie. Dear Amy by Helen Callahan, perfect book example for that. But this did not do anything for me. If you're looking for sort of like a creepy, eerie, in the woods sort of, it's not, no, it's not what it says on the tin, guys. And I don't want to give spoilers away, but I feel like if you're going to go into this book, you need to know that it's more so about a love triangle situation, which I dislike. I don't like love triangles, and this sort of love triangle was just ridiculous. I haven't even told you what it's about, have I? Don't even think I've talked about this at all. So The Restless Dark follows a girl who heads back to a scene where something traumatic happened, and she wants to find the bones of a serial killer. So she teams up with these girls from this camp that they go to, and I don't really want to say much more than that because I don't think that is explained on the back of the book as to why she needs to find these bones. So something happened, shit went down, and that was like really interesting to me. Like, meeting up with a group of girls trying to find this guy's bones. Like, you know, there was like a true crime aspect to it, so I was like, hell yes. The English accent that the guy podcaster does was just creepy and cringy. Like, what the fuck. This is probably one of the first times in a long time that I'm saying a romance was not needed. I don't understand why the romance was there and why, like, don't get me wrong, I'm all for representation in books. I'm all for sapphic romances. Give me sapphic romances in a contemporary, even in a fantasy. Like, any situation where any kind of romance is warranted, or like pushes a plot forward and makes sense, then give me all the romance. I am down. But in this situation, it wasn't required. I would have just really liked for it to be more of a platonic thing, and for the focus to be on finding the serial killer's bones and the creepy place that they're in. Like, is the place, it was kind of like, is it paranormal, is it not, like, is it in people's minds, and or is it actually happening? Like, what's going on? Is it trauma that's, or like previous trauma and secrets and stuff that's sort of like clouding people's judgment and stuff? Like, that whole concept of that, I was very much down for that, but the execution was just not it, and I hate that so much that I didn't like this book, because I was so excited to get to it, and I've been getting into my like sort of quiet horror, like psychological mindfuckery situation, like sort of books, and I really wanted it to be a win so I could put it next to my Catriona Ward and Christina Henry. And there was another book that we read that I really liked, Catherine House. Those are more like the vibes that I'm enjoying in that kind of genre. It's not going to put me off trying again. But Looking Glass Soundbite, a Chun Award. There are another couple of different ones that were on Gems. One to read that I am very interested in as well. So, but I think they're coming up in her Roadhouse Reads picks. So whenever they come up for her Roadhouse Reads, we'll just buddy read them. But yeah, I'm just very disappointed that I was not able to fully enjoy it. And had it not been for the podcast, I would have DNF'd it. Like, the writing wasn't bad, and I say it, I sound like I'm bashing it. I think it's one of those things where it's a bit like Jasmine Throne. I went in expecting one thing, and it totally just sideswiped with like something that really wasn't relevant. As Smash says, I'm not going to duke anybody's yum. If you love that book, I'm really happy that you enjoyed that book. For me, it was a no. And I'm just glad that I got it on Scribd and I didn't purchase it like I was going to do. I was so ready to purchase that book. I thought I was going to love it. But anyway, moving swiftly along on books that I am enjoying is Rennie by Carl Forshaw. This is an ebook / physical read. I'm switching between both of them, and I will finish this weekend. The brain. He broke me at 22%. He made me cry at 22%. He felt my wrath by a message. Oh god, hilarious. I am so hilarious. Next up, I do need to say I received a beautiful book. Can we appreciate? It's a big one. And it's a floppy one, and we do like them big and floppy in this household, and especially the paperbacks, like, dude. But this is A Fall of Giants. This is book 2 in the Dance of Light series by Gregory Kataxis. I think I'm saying that right. If I'm not saying your name right, Greg, let me know. But I haven't read book 1 yet, but it's on my April TBR, because this lovely book comes out in May and we're doing a tour for it, and I'm so excited. And it's super pretty, and you can't really tell on the paperback, but the picture does wrap around. So this is like the front, and then the wing of the dragon, and then its neck goes down to his body behind here, and you can't really tell that, but I think it's great. I do a lower wraparound cover as well. But I got the first book in hardback, and I've got no reservations about liking this, so I might just tab and potentially annotate this one, and then buy the hardback so it matches the hardback of the first one. I think I also bought the ebook of Return of the Night as well, so I might, when I read Return of the Night, I might annotate it on my Kindle, and this one I might annotate physically. But also, can you question, like, when we highlight things on Kindle and like write little notes, can the authors see that? Because I don't know why that popped into my head then. I was just thinking, I wrote a couple of comments on Rennie, and I was like, can the authors actually see these highlights? Anyway, that's a random question for another time. I need to go get some food. I am on my lunch. I'm gonna then come back to work for a few hours. Tonight I'm gonna read. Tomorrow I'm doing sprints before I go to my friend's house. And then Sunday I'll be chilling like a villain. I'll be back later. Tonight to give you an update on what I'm reading and how far I've got into my book. I am also, whilst I'm at work, listening to Hanged By, is it Hanged By or Hanged On? Hanged By. That sounds so wrong. Hanged by a Thread. That sounds like wrong grammar. We're just gonna go with it because that's what it says on the book. I thought it was hung. I thought you were hung. But anyway, to play on words, it's a pun in it. I'm gonna go now, get some food and some drink and work. Hi, We are on Saturday. I have done my sprints now. It's currently 7:30 and I'm molting. So what have I done today? I woke up late for sprints. I had every intention on getting up and my alarm was set for 8. I was going to get up, get some breakfast, clear my desk because I did an unboxing yesterday and there was like stuff all over my desk. And I was just going to casually get ready and chill before sprints at 10. Didn't do that. I must have like silenced my alarms once they'd gone off and gone back to sleep and started dreaming about having magical powers and a child that was able to teleport. So, and I was woken up by my phone going off, and when I like sort of glanced at it from when I was sleeping, I saw a D and I was like, why is my dad calling me at this time in the morning? Because in my mind it was still 8 o'clock in the morning. And then the phone stopped ringing and then I got up, looked at my phone, and then as I went to look at the time, Loki came up on my phone, which is Becca. And then I quickly looked at my computer time and I was like, crap! And it was after 10. So, yeah, I was about 10 minutes late for sprints. But we were still very productive. We had shorter chatty bits. And we did a 45-minute sprint to begin with. Then we did like hour sprints. And I am now just over 50% into Renia and I'm loving it. I am reading a little bit slower because it's physical, but also I didn't read as much in the first couple of sprints because my eyes were just adjusting to being awake. And yeah, so the first sprint I was getting food and drink and just waking myself up before I started reading, so that was fun. But yeah, I am gonna finish getting ready to go to my friend's house and then I'm gonna settle down and read some more of this. Whilst I was making some food, whilst I started packing my stuff in my friend's house, I did actually put The Hobbit back on, and I do only have an hour or so of that left. And I will say I'm enjoying it, but it's not a 5-star. It's probably a 4. I think the fact that Andy Serkis is the narrator has bumped it up massively. And I hate the fact that I'm saying that, because I loved the Lord of the Rings film that I watched. I haven't watched all of them yet, and I have watched The Hobbit in the past. And I know I've watched them out of order. Don't at me. But I've watched The Hobbit in the past, and I've really enjoyed the film. But I don't know what it is about the book that it's just it's just okay for me. But Andy Serkis' narration is just amazing, and he's got a voice on him. I love it. So yeah, I will be back with you tomorrow to update you on my final update for the week. But I'm hoping to I'm really wanting to get Renia finished by the end of this weekend, so that depends on what time we get home tomorrow. If I get home relatively early, or if I get up relatively early and I can read before my friend gets up, I might be able to get quite a bit read. But I don't want to say that I'll definitely finish it or not, like, because I have the second book in the Discovery of Witches series to read. My series picks, because I'm trying to pick a book each month as part of a series. So that's part of my TBR, and also Daughter of the Beast, which was this month's pick for my indie physical TBR that I've got. But I do also need to read a couple of novellas for Sphinx next week, so ideally I would get Renia finished today. But I am off work next week from Tuesday onwards, so I will be getting a lot of reading done then. So yeah, I will speak to you all tomorrow. I need to go get my stuff ready. Hello, it's Monday. I'm coming in to give you a quick update on what I've read. and close out the vlog, basically. So I'm going to give you an update on what I've read and finished today, because I might as well, and then just start the new vlog after the podcast this evening. But I've been reading Rennie this week, and can we just, like, high fives all around, because the first 2 books that we've done tours for Indie Booktours, have both been like top tier reads. Amazing. So this one got 5 stars. Shh, rude, interrupting me. This book got 5 stars. I'm not gonna, I don't know what to say that's not gonna spoil it, but there's a character in this that literally made me laugh out loud. Carl went from tearing my heart out and giving me like a really sad scene and feeling really emotional, to a character coming out with stupid comments like she's rude and smells like gravy. And that out of context just sounds really dumb anyway, but she's just stupid. She is one of those characters that you just think you can totally relate that person to at least a couple of your friends. Like the crazy side, maybe not the violent side of her, but yeah, she's called Bandak. I think that's how you pronounce it, that's how I read it. But am I going to reread this as soon as the audiobook comes out? Hell yes, because there's some Yorkshire accents coming out in here, and I can't wait to see how the narrator does the Yorkshire accent. And I know that sounds really stupid, but I think that people who are not from Yorkshire tend to really emphasise the certain parts of what we say. So I say, what did I say the other day? I'm going to put something in the slow cooker, but because I didn't say it in the slow cooker, like when people tend to mimic, and I probably do it when I mimic, I say mimic, when I do other accents, I probably emphasise things that are like stereotypical of that accent, just because that's how people pick it up. But I think with narrators, they're different than just a normal average Joe, like, replicate an accent. They have to be able to make it believable. And I think that sometimes when people do certain accents, they emphasise the like, and they make a big deal. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Carl says it's good, and I trust Carl because he's a northerner as well. So yeah, I can't wait to hear the accents in this. And I know people don't really like Yorkshire accents. I don't like my own accent, but if I hear it correctly being done in a book, represent. That sounds so sad, but I'm so happy. It's quite dark as well. But I will also say that there's trigger warnings in here, content warnings, and if this might also be a spoiler, so I'm gonna put my hand up for death of a baby and attempted sexual assault. I feel like they are quite spoilery for the content, but also if you're interested in content warnings and you do feel like you need a content warning before going into this book, then back to that spoiler bit and listen to that bit. And I've said this before and I will say it multiple times, when I really love a book, I find it so difficult to pick out specific things that I love about a book, because for me to get 5 stars, it does have to be somewhat like cohesive in the writing and the plot and the character development, like that all has to be there, but it's vibes. When the vibes are just impeccable, I can't describe that. I can't explain that in normal terms because the things that I vibe with might not be things that you vibe with. Do you know what I mean? So it's like for my vibe, this hit the spot totally, and the character work was just brilliant. The plot, it eased you in, and what I thought was going on was not what was going on. Although one thing I did kind of guess, but I didn't guess it fully. But like little drops, and then yeah. I'm gonna stop before I say too much and give it away, because I can run my mouth. I will say that I'm fully aware that some of the times that Renia makes certain decisions, she is like a child or she's not thinking straight and stuff, but some of the decisions she made really pissed me off. It didn't affect my enjoyment of the book, but I wanted to yeet her through a window and be like, seriously, just stop and think about what you're wanting to do, you know. every action has a consequence, and is the action of this consequence going to impact more than just you and what you want in the here and now? Do you know what I mean? And I love but also hate when characters do that, because it does show that the character is flawed. Like, we as humans make mistakes, and we do make rash decisions based on emotion. It is what it is, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking about that, and I'm going to end on a book that I'm not loving so much, that I'm just finishing because I love the narration by Andy Serkis. And I feel so bad. I did message the group chat and was like, I feel really bad that so many people adore this book. Like, love all the Lord of the Rings stuff. I've seen the Hobbit movies and I've seen the first Lord of the Rings movie, and I absolutely loved it. I loved them. I think the cinematography, the characters are absolutely brilliant. But this book for me is just very meh. And that hurts my brain. And I know that Tolkien was like the stepping stone for so many amazing fantasy books. And like, this is like a great reference point for like the beginning of like massive epic fantasies. And I get that. I get what Tolkien has done for the world of fantasy, but also, and for what it is, I appreciate it for what it is, and in no way, shape or form am I saying this is a bad book, but I'm not really enjoying the style of his writing. Like I said, the reason I'm really enjoying the parts that I'm enjoying is because Andy Serkis is the narrator, and he does the best voices. He does the best voices, the singing. He can hold a tune, and I don't care that there's loads of singing in this. It probably would annoy me if it was somebody else, but because he can sing, and I just love hearing his voice, crack on, dude. This was first published in 1937. Are we joking? It was first published in 1937. This is like classic fantasy, and literature has come on leaps and bounds since 1937. Even since like this was republished, it's still come on a lot since then. So yeah, I still want to read some more of his work, just because it's like the origins of fantasy in my mind. That's how I feel. So yeah, I will be reading more, but there's probably three-ish stars, but mostly because of Andy Serkis. I have also read A Cozy Mystery this week. Don't ask me which one it is, because I've forgotten already. I'm really enjoying breaking my fantasy up. Anyway, if you don't like me and you want to see more of me, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you're here and you want to let me know you maybe don't have anything to say, please do a black heart. Very much appreciated. And until next time, enjoy whatever you're doing, what you're doing, I'll see you all very soon.
I left my phone at my brother's place. It's not my fault, don't worry.